Hello there guys, walking through the woods to get to a spot today, a spot I know well that you've seen before. Hang on, am I getting lost? I know where I need to go. And yeah, we've got a theme to the camp today, and as you probably would have seen, we're going dark mode, inspired by the Japanese and other Asian kind of Instagrammers and YouTubers where everything kind of matches and stuff. So I may not be able to do it to their level, but as you can see, I've dressed the part. So yeah, we're doing that, and we're going to do a bit of campfire cooking, or maybe camp stove cooking, we'll see. And there'll be some Japanese food as well. So let's get this to camp, and I've got a few other things to grab and bring to camp as well. Right, before I start setting up, a little bit of a thanks to One Tigress for sending over one of their tents from their Black Orca range. Had this idea for the dark mode camp a little while ago, and I sent them an email and they sent me over the tent and the chair. And also Full Circle Brewco for the t-shirt that happened to arrive with the beers I'll be drinking tonight. Very helpful because I don't have many black clothes. Can't remember where this bag come from. It's from one of my Chinese camps, like AliExpress or Wish or one of them. But I kept hold of it and it's come in handy. Right, so here's the tent in question. It's the Nebula, which they also do, I think, like a polycotton version or something. Never set up one of these, but it does have instructions inside here. And there's a lot of poles. God, it's Aeroplane City out here today. I think before I start actually setting up, I'll go through all the different poles and just get them together ready, because there's a few. And figure out the order here. There's all 8 poles for this, and a couple of kind of water stopper things to go on the top. Alright, time to peg her out. Okay, pegs are fine, sort of tri-lobed ones. Peg number 1. After the corners, I have to peg out the ends, and they have kind of like a little bit of a floor either end. Apparently I'm to put these kind of framework poles in before I put the poles inside, so I'm going to put that, there's 4 of them on each corner. They're in the loops, and now you just hook it on. And this coming through here is why these are necessary. I want to peg these out nice and taut. That looks pretty good to me. Now it's just for the poles on like the awning porch area, so I'm just going to get that up. think I'm as good as I'm going to get there because I'm not perfectly straight and flat on the ground here, but it looks pretty good. I'm happy anyway, so I'm going to have a little look inside. I think there's a ground sheet as well. Blooming aeroplanes. I'm assuming this is the ground sheet, and I'll have to peg up this net first. This bug net. Oh, we've got loops, yeah. I'll tell you what, if I open the other side, we'll get some light in here, won't we? Right, this side can be pegged out as well if you wanted to. Well, that's a bit better. Let's try this out. I'm assuming it's a ground sheet at least. And have we got clips to plug into? That's basically clipped in and all ready. So this isn't everything, but I've got, this is what I put my keys and stuff in, wallet and that when I'm in tents. It's like a water bowl for dogs. I've got the Obsidian One Tigris Max, it's black. The black chair they sent me, and the Quezza sleeping bag, which is probably a little bit warm for this weather. We'll see how it goes. It's a bit cooler today. And this is just a small pillow. Well, some of you are going to recognise the infamous box from the review channel. This was a bit of an inspiration for this camp. If you've seen these systems where everything's kind of set up and integrated, not the most practical of things, but they do look cool when set up. So I'm going to get this set up and some other bits and bobs, and we'll kind of come to a bit of an arrangement here. If you did see the review channel video, nothing's really been touched here since, but I have added some stuff. So I'll get this set up and we'll get going. Got two potential stands for this, a really simple one and like a table type one. I'm going to try this simple one first. Can't even remember what one we tried last time. I don't think it was either of these. Right. Why didn't I do this first? It's so hard. Right, let's take these off. That's going to make life easier. It's a little on the slidey side, but that's because the ground's uneven. I did get another table. I completely forgot to bring that one, but I've got this thing as well. So I'll try this out because I want to use something just as a table as well. So there's that. And I've also got my what's it called, Mission Mountain table as well, because it is flat. I believe this is the other table. I didn't think I had it with me, but I forgot it was so compact. to decide what table, where and for what. So many tables and surfaces and things. It's going to be quite nice actually. Right, if I get this chair up I'll figure out where that's going. And I've just had a thought. Being a YouTuber I like a nice thumbnail, but this will be facing the wrong way round, won't it? We'll see. I don't mind saying, I'm glad it's not hotter today. It's quite a pleasant day, 20 something degrees. So there's sun, there's a breeze. It's actually quite perfect for camping. But yeah, I'm getting hungry doing all this. Right, I think right under the awning area here, right at the edge, would be a nice place for this. So I'll kind of arrange my tables. Oh, I've got one more thing. This is a bit of a fire pit, a portable fire pit. I say portable. Portable if you're close enough to your truck or car. And it is black. As is the fire grate. This was off Amazon. This was like £20, maybe even less. Could come in handy in the future. Right, let's talk stoves. Now some of you will remember I've got this panel in here and it's supposed to work with this and, you know, all go like that with the gas can under here. Now I got quite confused last time and I realised after that video that this system was originally for tables, not boxes. It's been adapted. And with a table you can just reach under the gas canister and turn it on and off, etc. So that's why it doesn't really work with this. Yeah, a bit of an oversight. Well, on their part, not so much mine, but it is what it is. So I have two of these kind of tactical covers for gas canisters, match the whole setup here. And sadly, I did actually paint a gas can before I got this. I'm such a loser when I get something in my head. But I've got two stoves with me for doing stuff later for dinner. But for now, I think I'm just going to use this one and just do myself a spot of lunch. And yeah, of course there's more to it than that. I got a stand for this particular gas canister because it doesn't fit in there in this whole box system, and it will kind of go over like this. So if I get this gas can on first, where do we go? There it is. Get that tightened, and this goes over here. And this kind of grill wind deflector, which is pretty, you know, solid steel, will go on top of the burner, like yay. And we should have access to the controls over there. So on my little black plate here, got some bread and some pre-grated cheese. And we're just going to have a simple cheese toastie for a very late lunch. Should do. No butter today, just a little oil in the pan. Okay, I've just drizzled a bit of oil on the bread there. Ooh, nice. There's the flame. everything is metal, so I can put the pan down anywhere, doesn't matter. So it'll be on the diagonal. Right, I may not be fully set up, but I've got my lunch. Happy with that. Just nice to use a gas stove and have surfaces and stuff. It's not always that way for me, is it? That was good. This does of course mean I'm going to need to buy another panel for here that isn't this, and use this in that table I've got, or I don't know. I don't even know. So here we are so far. There's a few more bits, but I've got some kind of measuring cup things here which I do actually need later. The little stove lantern thing that I reviewed on the review channel recently, my black kettle, knife and a light and scissors and stuff on here with the light up the top there, the other stove, the other gas tank, some plates and stuff, and on the front here is the kitchen towel, in here is the toilet paper dispenser. We got it all. Cutlery and stuff, I'll get that out. I've got my lantern stands, which I guess I'll kind of put here on the other side. See how that looks. These are the lanterns going on the sides, and yeah, I've just bought them to be honest, so I can't say how good they are. They're white here to reflect the light, and they're rechargeable. This is going to be my kind of desktop lantern for this evening. I don't think the leather needs to be black, does it? Okay, so I do have one thing that is not black. Well, it's not all black, and that's my cot bed. So I'm going to get that out, set that up, and then cover it up with the black mat. Easier just to do this outside of the tent and then carry it in. What I've actually done is roll back the ground sheet, just so I've got ground sheet at the front, and at the back the bed can just rest on the ground. I may have to dig out a couple of little holes to level it a bit. We'll see how it feels. We appear to have a hook up in here so we can have the lantern. There's that black Quezza sleeping bag, which is quite a warm one, so let's see how that goes tonight. I forgot my water bottle. So my water bottle that happens to be black is a Grail. This is a filter purifying bottle. You may have seen me use a friend's one on a canoe trip in Wales. If I used this in a video, I do not know. But yeah, it's absolutely brilliant. Love it. Probably my favourite filter so far, but it's filled up with tap water at the moment. I do need to say, like I said in the kind of review video for this box, how daft I am for the amount of money I spent. Well, the fact that I had to buy, well, I didn't have to buy, but I decided to buy the new stand and everything for this stove, since it can't go in the box. Yeah, I spent another £100 on this. And that's the grill, the wind guard, and the stand with kind of one wooden side. Yep, I'll say it again, call me an idiot in the comments. I'm still loving this though, I've got no regrets with that. It's so cool. Tiny refillable gas canister. I'll link it below, but I did a video as well. And yeah, I reckon, what did I get? About 18 minutes of burn time out of it. So you could do boil in the bag and a couple of teas or coffees, like on a single overnighter or something. Here's the igniter. Oh, that's good. Oh, it's taken it out of me setting all this up. It's taken like 3 hours. Over 3 hours. I guess I did make lunch as well, but oh, bugs are coming out. Finish this tea quickly, and I've got something with me for that. So this is the Flex Towel kind of bug deterrent thing. It's also a power bank, I believe. And these are the inserts for it. It heats them up and, I don't know, emits something or other. So there's an old one in there. And there's one for the other side. I'll get that hung up. I wonder if this can take the weight. Yeah, it's fine. How do I switch it on? Where is the switch? As nice and relaxing as it is, there's a lot of bugs coming out. I even sprayed as well as having the electric doorbry on. I guess I'd better get a little bit of firewood for later. I'm not going to have a big fire. I'm probably going to cook my dinner on the stove and just have a fire to chill with once the sort of sun goes down, and just sort of kill the evening. So better get the saw. Ooh, just about. And there'll be plenty plus what's just laying around the place. I've definitely been bitten at least twice. I feel an itchy knee as well. I think one might have got up there. Oh, it's because I've been going away from the electric deterrent thing. Repellent, whatever they're called. I might sit down and have a beer. Right, where are the beers? So like I said, Full Circle Brew sent me some beers just to have on the channel and just to try them out. And this one, Needs More Dinosaur, double IPA. Picked it just because I just love the cover, the can art on it. 8.1% though, so I probably shouldn't have started with this one. But cheers, everybody. Yes, that's nice. Oh God, it's so nice that it's so cold. It's been in the cooler. I usually do rice in cups and half cups, and I'm kind of assuming this is a cup. It looks like it might be a bit big, but let's guess. Right, I forgot to hit record, but I've got some panko breadcrumbs and I just cracked an egg into this small bowl. Now these bowls are a little bit smaller than I remember in this set, but we'll do what we can. So I don't have any flour with me, didn't think about it, but go straight in that egg. And then, hopefully with no mess, we'll go into the breadcrumbs there. Get that nicely coated. Rice is well on its way, so time to put the chicken on. With the rice off just to steam away, I'm putting on my kettle, which actually has like a pouch of katsu curry sauce. I couldn't be bothered to make my own today. Right, another full circle Bruco. This one is actually a session IPA repeater, so a bit more sensible after the double IPA. Ooh, nice. Slice our chicken a bit and verify that it's cooked. Looks beautiful. That is beautiful. Here is that rice that's finished steaming. Looking pretty nice. And we got our katsu curry over there, and I'm going to put a bit on the rice because the plates are so small. And right, first up, let's try the rice. Lovely. Still aeroplanes. Bloody summer. Let's try some of that katsu chicken. I love it. I used to have a job where I lived off this stuff because there was like 3 places that were the nearest 3 places to that work, and they all did katsu curry. Worth the effort. And in this kind of setup, in this kind of weather, which isn't that often, yeah, a delight to cook really. Obviously a bit harder work with the camera, but without the camera I could have just sat here, done everything within reach. That was really good. That sauce was really nice actually. Oh god, I am stuffed. Just been watching the sunset, beautiful. Really nice from here. We're on quite high ground here. But getting pretty dark in here, soon be dark, and I'll get the fire going for a little bit before kind of trying out this tent, which I've not really talked about yet. Like I said, it's the Nebula. Very interesting design, and it is quite big. Like, it's a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be. So that should be quite interesting. I should probably zip up the inner. That smoke should help with the last few bugs that are around. Still quite light out, like outside of the woods. I can see in the sky. Just entering dusk now, twilight. My little lantern's holding up well. I mean, everything's holding up well, really. I actually quite like this setup. Yes, obviously you can't walk somewhere with all this, but I do quite like it. I like having tables, which I often don't have, like little surface areas for cooking and preparing and having lanterns on and stuff. It's quite nice. Yeah, it is something a little bit different anyway. I say that all the time, don't I? That is my aim, to do lots of things that are very different. This is a nice one. Repeater. Well, I've got one more, so I can repeat this. Ah, yeah, time to have a little chill. I might even listen to the radio for a bit. Good morning. Got a bit noisy last night as I went to bed. I don't know what it was, because I've not really ever seen much in the way of deer in here, but it sounded like deer. But yeah, and the birds that were roosting were making quite a noise as well. But after all of that ruckus, I slept quite well. Got up at 7:30ish, which is late for me lately. I've been getting up pretty much at dawn. I did wake up 4:30 because there was, I think, a crow or something really making a racket. So like I woke up then, went back to sleep for a bit, and yeah. Tent, I mean, I haven't spent much time in it, but it's absolutely fine. It's nice to be able to stand up even if you are hunched, to move around, but I had just left the front open. Why not? The mesh is quite dark, being black, but you know, I'm used to sleeping under tarps and things, and being open like that doesn't really bother me. Oh dear. One thing with something like this is, you know, when it's very rainy, what do you do with it? If you've got a big old tent, you could take it inside under the awning, but otherwise you've got to put it all away again. The fire pit did absolutely fine, to be honest. It's not a bad little size. Once you got some coals, you could put a grill on there and cook something, you know, not saying it takes a long time, but some burgers or something. I'll definitely take this tent out in the winter and try it out in the rain, especially with the awning and that as well. Be a good test, and yeah, quite looking forward to that. Now this is kind of a gas stove toaster, which I've not used in a long time, and I remember being fiddly with how it collapses and opens up. Couple all overlapped here. Oh, just going to come out. So I believe it goes something like that, and your bread, lean in, you can have 4 on, but just about. Here's our frying pan, and here we have some nice smoky bacon. Just forget where the ignition is on this one. It may or may not amaze you, I've been trying to eat a bit healthier lately. Things got a little bit out of control, especially after I quit my bad habit earlier this year. And yeah, I need to lose some weight, especially when you see yourself editing and stuff all the time. So yeah, camping meals are now a treat, not like a norm. I haven't had bread in ages, to be honest. Been eating arepas because they're kind of cornmeal. But yes, camping treats. I don't know how well that's doing. I think it needs to be on a gas stove with a wider ring, maybe a little higher, but it's starting to smell toasty. It's kind of toast. I really should have brought butter on this trip. 1 egg, 2 egg, and some more bacon. Bit of ketchup. Really couldn't be bothered with using that tiny plate. It would have fit 1 slice of toast. Salty bacon. Yeah, it's quite nice cooking here. I quite like it. Especially when you've got 2 stoves, that's quite cool. And obviously gas is a lot easier to cook on than a campfire or even meths. So, a bit of a treat. So I'm going to eat my breakfast. Oh, I nearly forgot my brew. Because it's really heavy steel, this, you get some real residual heat there. Oh, it's amazing. Oh, that's hot. It's nice that I'm not really in a rush this morning, which is good because there's a lot to pack away. It's also good because it's been a very busy week. As I've alluded to, I have a launch coming up soon, a big project, and yeah, that may even come to a head before this video, I'm not sure yet. So watch this space and look out for some kind of announcement. It's very exciting. Let's start with something easy. I only kind of really even half filled this with gas yesterday. And the most expensive gas stove I own now. Oh, whole thing moved. Come on. We're in the right place there. Oh, there we go. So my lantern off there, it can go in there. If you've not already seen it, this is one of the newer One Tigris chairs with quite a funky mechanism. Like so, and the rest just fold down as usual. I guess we'll just reverse order this and see how it goes. What do you reckon? Easy or hard? That's all 4 structural poles, it's just the ridge ones now. Well guys, I've got to say, I did quite enjoy that camp. It's quite nice all being set up like that. I mean, unless you've got a tarp or a very large awning, that's not going to be possible here in the kind of half the year. But nice on a sunny day, when you can drive it most of the way in. Thanks for watching. I'll try and link most of the stuff below, but there's so much stuff in this video. I'll see you next time.